after playing for Father Bauer, I learned about ethical coaching playing with the national men's team. Like those, it wasn't about goons, it was about hockey, possessing the puck. But then I worked with Dave King because he got me to work because I played on big ice and he thought I might be able to help him. Well, Dave, and I think myself to a degree, but more Dave, he came up with those unique teaching progressions. That backward rush race drill we talked about yesterday. And I learned how to do that stuff. And it was all related to defensive skating more than offense because of who we were competing against. I mean, we had amateurs, the other teams had better players than we did, as we now know in the NHL. So my background to this day on those tactical, technical details, I'm affected by it. And I think
well, you're the first guy to do a lot of that defensive stuff.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
I think the thing I need to do differently now, and I think I've reached the point where with the national Alberta's U18 women, their skills are so high. I really do, they don't need to work 1 minute on defensive play right now because all their lives in Canada, that's all we focused on. Defensive.
I think we focus on that still. I don't see that when I watch practices. What I see is people working on skill, like offensive skill, carrying the puck and sliding sideways and that kind of stuff. I really don't see very much defensive stuff when I watch practices.
Well, I sort of simplify the idea, 2 words, reactive and proactive. So if you have the puck, your team, you're proactive. You're creating time and space. You're supporting it. But when you're defending, you're reacting to what the offense is doing and taking away time and space. That requires a different skill set and a different mindset. So, we talk about 200-foot hockey, and I think that's something that elite players really begin to understand. And you've heard the line, well, they're 200-foot players. And I think it's defensive hockey at least at the NHL level. I think it's pretty damn good. Watching the playoffs this year, boy, they've taken D-zone coverage to another level. And the game's so advanced offensively, and they've had to defend a game that I never saw played before.
Well,
so they're getting better.
McDavid couldn't go through everybody in the last few series.
Great point. Great.
Like like playing Calgary, that Hanifin just got eaten alive by McDavid all the time. That playoff series they played 2 years ago or whatever.
Yeah.
Like he's a great skater, but he couldn't handle him. But you watch Florida and I think Dallas too. There was one guy in Dallas who was unbelievable. He just handled him like nothing.
So what did he do, Tom? Was it a team thing or an individual thing?
No, I'm talking about individual because McDavid ends up, one-on-one on people.
Yeah.
Like he made that incredible goal where it slid sideways on the finish D, but full ice and all that, he wasn't just burning guys.
Yeah.
And it was basically defensive one-on-one and, playing them really well. And, I don't know, maybe they did what you talked about, being the shoulder in the middle of the body instead on the outside and all this kind of stuff. But it was incredible how well the defenders played against him, because I've seen him just eat people alive.
Yeah.
With it, he's so fast.
Yeah. See, I'm trying to wear my coaching hat and say, what did they do? I think they took away space in the neutral zone so he couldn't build up speed. They created gaps sooner on the puck carrier, whether it was McDavid. So there weren't any, he didn't have a chance to build up speed and do that linear crossover to take advantage of it, where the defense were literally crossing their feet backing up. So the concept.
Yeah, well, I think you're right. They played their gaps instead of standing there like TJ says. You never stand still. If you're in the neutral zone and you gotta, too big, you're too far ahead of the play.
Yeah.
You kind of zigzag turn so that you got speed when they come. You don't want to be standing flat-footed.
Yeah.
That you can pick up the rush right away, and those are the kind of details that to handle the elite guys like McKinnon and McDavid, and if you don't do that, they just catch you flat-footed, and no way you can do anything about it.
Tom, one last question before I cut off here.